"Stop the car!" The voice from the back seat was unmistakable. Through the tinted windows of the luxury vehicle, Michael Jackson watched in amazement as a small boy executed a perfect moonwalk on the cracked pavement. The superstar had no idea he was about to witness raw talent that would remind him why he fell in love with music. Under the blazing California sun, 11-year-old Marcus Thompson positioned his worn cardboard square on the corner of Sunset Boulevard. His faded red sneakers were held together with duct tape, and his oversized jacket had seen better days. For the past 6 months, he had been coming to this exact spot every Saturday, using the few dollars he earned to help his grandmother pay for groceries and his own dance lessons at the community center. Since losing his parents in a car accident 3 years ago, dance had become more than just a passion for Marcus Peace. It was his language, his therapy, and his hope for a better future. His grandmother worked double shifts at the local diner, and Marcus knew that every dollar he earned on the street meant she could worry a little less about their bills. As the familiar bass line of Billie Jean started pumping through his small Bluetooth speaker, Marcus closed his eyes and took a deep breath. He had practiced this routine hundreds of times in his tiny bedroom, watching Michael Jackson videos on repeat until he could mirror every move, every gesture, every ounce of the King of Pop's legendary stage presence. When the music began, Marcus transformed. The shy, quiet boy disappeared, replaced by a performer who commanded attention. His body moved with a fluidity that seemed impossible for someone his age. Tourists stopped in their tracks, phones emerged from pockets, and a crowd began to form. But Marcus was lost in his own world. With each step, each spin, each signature move, he felt closer to his hero. The moonwalk that had taken him months to master now flowed as naturally as breathing. His small frame seemed to glide across the concrete as if gravity had no hold on him. Just then, traffic on Sunset Boulevard came to a complete stop. In the back seat of a black Mercedes, Michael Jackson was returning from a recording session when he heard something that made his heart skip a beat. His own music, but performed with a passion and precision that caught him completely off guard. Michael leaned forward, pressing his face against the tinted window. What he saw made him gasp audibly. The young performer wasn't just dancing, he was channeling the very essence of the song. Every gesture told a story, every movement carried emotion that even seasoned performers struggled to convey. "Driver, pull over right here," Michael whispered, his voice filled with wonder. "I need to see this kid up close." His bodyguard, Frank, looked concerned. "Michael, there's a crowd forming. Maybe we should—" "No," Michael interrupted, already reaching for the door handle. "This is exactly where I need to be." Marcus was in the middle of his signature anti-gravity lean when he heard the car door slam. Still focused on his performance, he continued dancing, unaware that his musical idol was now standing just 20 feet away, watching with complete fascination. The crowd began to notice the new arrival. Whispers started spreading like wildfire. "Is that? No way, it can't be. That's Michael Jackson. Someone's recording this." But Michael's attention was entirely fixed on Marcus. The way the boy moved, the pure joy radiating from his small frame, the technical skill that rivaled dancers twice his age. It all reminded Michael why he had fallen in love with performing in the first place. As the song reached its climax, Marcus executed a series of spins that would have made professional backup dancers jealous. When the final notes faded, he struck the classic Michael Jackson pose, one gloved hand on his hip, the other tipping an imaginary hat. The crowd erupted in applause, but Marcus barely heard it. His eyes had locked onto a figure in the crowd that made his world stop spinning. Standing there, wearing his signature black fedora and sequined glove, was Michael Jackson himself. "Oh my God," Marcus whispered, his voice barely audible over the cheering crowd. "This isn't real." Michael stepped forward, removing his sunglasses with that iconic smile that had graced 1,000 magazine covers. "That was incredible, young man. Where did you learn to move like that?" Marcus's knees nearly gave out. His hero nussed. The Michael Jackson was speaking directly to him. I watch your videos every day, Mr. Jackson. I practice in my bedroom mirror. My grandmother says I'm going to wake the neighbors with all my dancing." The crowd pressed closer, everyone wanting to witness this magical interaction. Phones were recording from every angle, but Michael seemed oblivious to everything except the young dancer standing before him. "What's your name, son?" Michael asked, kneeling down to Marcus's eye level. "Marcus Thompson, sir. I'm 11 years old, and you're my biggest hero in the whole world." Michael's eyes glistened with emotion. This boy reminded him of himself at that age. The pure love of music, the dedication to the craft, the way dance could transport you to another world entirely. "Marcus, I want you to have something," Michael said, reaching into his jacket pocket. He pulled out a single sequined glove, not just any glove, but one of his actual performance gloves from the Billie Jean music video. The crowd gasped collectively. This wasn't just any piece of memorabilia. This was history. "This glove has been with me through some of my most important performances," Michael continued, placing it gently in Marcus's trembling hands. "But I think it belongs with someone who understands what it really means to dance from the heart." Marcus stared at the glove in disbelief, tears streaming down his face. "I can't accept this, Mr. Jackson. It's too important. Music is meant to be shared, Marcus. Talent like yours is meant to be nurtured. Promise me you'll never stop dancing." "You know what?" Michael said suddenly, a spark of inspiration in his eyes. "Let's do this together. Would you like to dance with me?" The crowd went wild. This was beyond anything anyone could have imagined when they woke up that morning. Marcus nodded eagerly, unable to speak. Michael signaled to his driver, who quickly retrieved a portable speaker from the car. "Let's give these people a show they'll never forget." As Billie Jean began playing once again, something magical happened. Michael Jackson, the king of pop, and Marcus Thompson, a street kid with a dream, began dancing together on the sidewalk of Sunset Boulevard. The crowd swelled to over 100 people. Traffic stopped completely. Even the police officers who arrived to manage the situation found themselves watching in awe rather than breaking it up. Marcus kept pace with his idol perfectly. When Michael moonwalked, Marcus moonwalked right beside him. When Michael hit his signature poses, Marcus mirrored them flawlessly. For those 4 minutes and 57 seconds, there was no superstar and no street performer. Just two artists sharing their love of music with the world. When the song ended, the applause was thunderous. People were crying, cheering, and frantically sharing videos that would be watched millions of times within hours. Michael put his arm around Marcus's shoulder and addressed the crowd. "Ladies and gentlemen, you've just witnessed something special. This young man has reminded me why I became a performer in the first place. Keep an eye out for Marcus Thompson. You're going to be hearing that name again." He then turned back to Marcus and spoke quietly, away from the cameras. "I'm going to give you my manager's number. We're going to make sure you get the training and opportunities you deserve. Talent like yours shouldn't be performing on street corners. It should be on the world's biggest stages." 3 months later, Marcus stood in a state-of-the-art dance studio in Beverly Hills, working with some of the industry's top choreographers. Michael had been true to his word. Not only had he arranged for Marcus to receive professional training, but he had also set up a scholarship fund to ensure the boy's education would be covered through college. Marcus's grandmother, who had worked 3 jobs for years, was able to quit 2 of them after Michael quietly arranged for additional financial support for the family. But perhaps most importantly, Marcus never forgot the lesson from that day on Sunset Boulevard, that music has the power to connect people across all boundaries, and that sometimes the most meaningful performances happen not on grand stages, but on ordinary street corners where hearts are open and dreams are waiting to be discovered. Today, Marcus is a professional dancer and choreographer, working with artists around the world. In his dance studio, he keeps that sequined glove in a place of honor, not as a museum piece, but as a reminder of the moment when kindness and recognition changed his life forever. Every Saturday, he returns to community centers in underserved neighborhoods, teaching dance to kids who remind him of himself. He always tells them the same thing Michael told him: dance from your heart, practice every day, and never give up on your dreams. You never know who might be watching. The video of their impromptu duet has been viewed over 50 million times, but for Marcus, the real magic wasn't captured on camera. It was the moment when his hero looked into his eyes and saw not just a street performer, but an artist worthy of respect and investment. Some encounters change lives. Some moments transcend ordinary experience. And sometimes when the music is right and hearts are open, magic happens right where you least expect it. On a busy street corner, under the California sun, between a superstar and a boy with a dream, this story serves as a reminder that talent can emerge from anywhere, that kindness has the power to transform lives, and that music truly is the universal language that connects us all.